As committed in my last video, I will create a sample project in Azure. Okay, our ultimate goal is to reach at this stage where we will create all these resources. Okay, I will guide you, and even I should say I will demonstrate you step by step. Okay, so as per this session, what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to create the app services. Okay, and we are going to do the deployment of our .NET core here. Okay, so this is the first thing that we will do today. I will provide you the code for .NET Core API. Okay, so don't worry about that. And here I am going to show you how to do this. Fine. So let's start. Before starting, let me just request you that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please like. Thank you. Fine. So this is the code. Okay. I will provide you the link of this code. This is publicly available, so don't worry about that. Fine. So as per this code, what we have this code is is in .NET Core, and it is with one API. Okay. So what this API will do? This API will return the weather forecast. This is only a single API. Okay, and this is for the demonstration purpose. Fine. Okay, so let's continue to create our app services as per this. Fine. So this is my Azure portal, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one app services. So, but before creating to app service, I should create one app service plan. Okay, and even before that, I need to create one resource group. So let's start to create resource group. Okay, so this is my existing resource group. So what I will do, I will create a new resource group. Create. Okay, my subscription is this. I'm providing the name of my resource group. Okay, this is my resource group name. I'm going to deploy this in East US region. So okay, let me update you about the nomenclature of this RZ resource group. 01, I am stating that this is my project code, and this demo, this is my project name. Okay, and EU is standing for East US, and D is for development. So generally in our, whenever we work in organization, right, or as per our project, what should we do? We should provide the nomenclature as per the standard. Okay, and everything should be in that format only. It should not happen, okay, we are saying as RZ01 or RZ02, something like that. We should give it proper nomenclature, and all the resources, whatever we will do, we will apply the same rule. Okay, so let's continue. Let me click on review plus create. Okay, creating, done. Now let me create one app service plan first of all. Okay, so app service plan, click on app service plan. You can also search from here, app service plan. Fine. Once you will click on this, you will reach on this stage. Click on create. Subscription same, free trial, resource group, this is the one that I have created. Okay, now what is the name of your app service? Fine. So let me provide you the app service plan name. Okay, so ASP, app service plan, short code, 01, project code, demo, project, EU-D, D for development, EU for my region. I'm going to deploy this on operating system Windows. Okay, region is East US, pricing plan. So here we need to provide the pricing plan, and what I will do, I will select this basic plan. Okay, this is with this will not cost much. Fine. So let's create this validating. Click on create. So our app service plan is creating. Fine, this is done. Click on go to resources. So this is our app service plan. Okay, you can find this app service plan from the resource group as well. This one, go to your resource group. Here is your app service plan. Fine. Okay, so now let me create one app service. From this app service plan, you can see that we don't have any app service till yet. Okay, so first of all, we will create the app service now. This one. So for creating app service, we need to have the app service plan. So within the one app service plan, we can deploy multiple app services, right? So the cost will occur only with app service plan. When I was stating app service plan, so here I have given this with B1 pricing plan. Okay, and the B1 pricing plan was stating us with some amount of memory and CPU. Okay, so you can see from here 1 CPU and 1.75 GB of memory. Okay, and this will cost me around 1.89 INR per hour. Fine. App services, create web app, choose your resource group, app name. So let me create a view app. Okay, this is my short code for my app service. So APP and then 01 project code and then demo and then EU-D. Fine. Code. Runtime stack, I'm going to apply it with .NET 6 Windows. So this here you can see that this has auto populated the plan that I have just created. So in case it doesn't appear to you, please ensure that you are choosing the correct resource group and reason is the same. Okay, as as that is in your resource group and your I should say the app service plan. This should be in the East US. So here you will get only those plans which are in East US. Fine. Okay. I'm not going to create any database deployment. Okay. Networking. This is the part where I have updated in this one. We will reach on this stage. I'm not going to update you about this virtual network. Basically what we will do, we will deploy our app service in virtual network. But as per this will create confusion. So I'm not going to do this as of now. Okay, let this as it is. Now let's create on review plus create. And with one more thing on the monitoring side, you can mark it as off because this will cost you application insight. This will enable the application insight by itself. Application insight is a centralized resource that we can say here we can log the complete information with respect to app services or our custom log we can also log here. So we are not going to do this now because this will cost us. Okay, review plus create. Create. Fine, this is done. Let me go to the resource. This is my app service. This is using the app service plan, this one. Okay, and let me browse this. Once you will click on this button browse, you will get this URL app01 demo eud.azurewebsites.net. Okay, please make sure that this page is coming. This is the default page which has been published by Microsoft Azure. So that means your application is running. But on this page, you need to deploy your own code, okay, your own build. And that build or for our sample project, what I have done as committed or as updated, this is our sample code. Okay, here we have the one API that is in the weather forecast controller. So we will do the deployment. So okay, now for this, how are we going to do? So this is our Azure DevOps. So what we will do, we will create the new pipeline. Here I am going to choose the classic editor. Fine. So you can go with Azure Repo Git or GitHub because my code is in GitHub. So I am choosing this GitHub. And you can also copy this code to your Azure repository Git and you can use this as well. Okay, once you will click on, okay, I'm going with GitHub, so I'm clicking here. So here I'm going to choose the repository. By default I have okay, you can see that I am getting this connection already, because you will have to create a connection of Azure from Azure DevOps to GitHub. Okay, I'm not going to create that because I have already created that. So you can simply create that. You will get one link here, okay, to create new service connection. So that is a new service connection. Okay, so so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the repository. This is my repository, this one. Okay, let me select. My branch is main. Okay, let me click on continue. Fine. So what we can do, we can go with empty job, or what we can do, we can search for ASP core. Let me search with core. Yes, so ASP.NET Core. Okay, let me click on apply. So what it will do, it will create all the required tasks which are useful for creating the build. So fine. So let's continue. This is my pipeline section. Here I will apply the agent specification. Let me choose the Windows latest, and I'm not going to touch anything else. Let me just give one heads up, okay, for your understanding. Here we are choosing the by default Microsoft Azure agent pool, but as I updated that our plan is to reach on this stage, right, where we will use the virtual network. Our all the app services will use the this one, virtual network. Once we will deploy our app service to virtual network, our app service will not be accessible outside of this virtual network. So that means even we will not be able to do the deployment, okay, by using the default agent pool. So in that situation, we will have to create our own self-hosted agent, right? And we will have to do this. So I will update you as that in my coming videos. Fine. So let's continue. Okay, so this is the same, nothing here. Okay, let me just update you that here we are creating the this part will restore it, this part will build it. Restore means restore the packages, okay, from the NuGet. Here we are doing the testing. If any test case is available there, we are going to publish in this section, and we are going to publish the artifact. If you want to know these things in more detail, I will provide you one link where you can get all these things in detail. Okay, so let's continue for now. Save and continue. Okay, clicking on save and run. Let me okay, I have clicked on save and run, but you can you could either save it and run it later, but I have saved it as well as I am running this. Okay, so you can see that this is running, and this is the agent, this agent job that which is running. This build is running with the help of agent job. Okay, agent under the agent job 1. So these are all my tasks which are running step by step. So first of all, it is restoring, then it will build, okay, and at last it will publish the artifact. Fine. So our build has been executed. Let me click on this pipeline. So here you can see that, okay, this has been executed within 51 seconds, and okay, now let me click on this. Let me click on this. So here you can see that one published and one consumed. Okay, let me click on this, drop. So here you can see that this is the zip folder that has been created by our DevOps pipeline. Here we will have the DLLs, okay, whatever we will do the deployment on our this service. Fine. So let's continue now. We are going to create the release pipeline. This was our build pipeline, CI section, and release pipeline. Okay, if you are not aware what is build pipeline, what is release pipeline, I have already created one video in detail. Please go through this. I will provide the link for the same as well. So here we have the releases. I'm clicking on this releases. I'm going to create one new release. Okay. What I will do, I will go with Azure, it is asking me the template. Okay, I am going with Azure App Service Deployment. Click on this apply. So by default, whatever the task will be required, it will create all those tasks. Fine. Okay, this my stage. Let me give the name of this stage. Let's say I am doing the deployment on my dev one. Okay, dev app services. Fine. Now what I need to do, I need to choose the artifact. I will click on add. Here I will choose the source build pipeline. My source build pipeline is this one. This is just what I have created. Okay, fine. You could rename this as well. There was a one edit section on the top. I will update you as well how to edit this. Okay, okay, fine. Let me click on this add now. So click on task now, jobs. So here what we will do, we will choose the subscription. So what we will do, we will create the service connection. We need to choose the service connection. I have already created one service connection with this service connection trial subscription. You will have to do this. This is the must. Okay, must process. You can click on new button and you will have to create this. If you don't know how to create the subscription, I have already created one video for that as well, in which you will know that how to create the service connection and what is the service connection and what are the various ways. Fine. Please go through that to get in detail. Okay, now what we will do, we will choose our app service. We will click on this. So whatever the app service we have already created, that will come here. We need to select this. Fine. After this, I don't need to do anything here. Okay, this is going to do the zip deployment. So we have already deployed. I showed you earlier, right? That one artifact was published. Okay, with the zip extension. So it is going to use that one. Fine. Let me just now save it. Okay, I'm clicking on this. Okay. Now let me click on the create release. So what it will do, it will take the latest of the build artifact, whatever has been executed, and then I will click on create button directly here. Fine. Release 1 has been created. I will click on this release 1 button. This has been queued. What it is doing the deployment on this service. Okay, so whatever we are getting here, we will not get that. We will get our own build. Fine. So our deployment has been done. Okay. If this is in green state, so that means our deployment has been done successfully. Now what we will do, we will go here, this section, okay, and we will simply refresh this page. Fine. So you will get this screen. Here it is stating that 404. So one thing is clear, that something has happened. Okay, what has happened? This has deployed our build, but here it is showing 404. That means page not found. So don't worry about that. I'm just giving you one more heads up, because this is the sample code, but in your situation, when you are actually working on a project and your colleague, your developers have given you the code and .NET Core code, and you have deployed that, and you get something like this, you may or may not get, right? So here we are getting this because we have not configured the default base. So don't worry about that. What we will do in this situation, just connect with your developer and they will guide you. They will correctly update, they will update you, yes, this is okay or not. Fine. So I was stating that, okay, this is my default controller. So what I will do, let me just copy this controller name, weather forecast. Okay, and what I will do, I will click on / and will paste here weather forecast. So this is my complete URL. Okay, fine. So this is my API, or I should say this is my get API. This API is returning this data. Fine. This is the weather forecast data, and it is stating that on this particular date what is the temperature we can have. Fine. So this is just for demonstration purpose. So as okay, so you can see that we have created the .NET Core API and we had deployed that with the help of Azure DevOps pipeline. And okay, in our further stages we will use the APIM. So because this is our API, right? So we will use this APIM and we will access this with the help of APIM only. Fine, this one. Okay, before concluding this session, let me just give you one homework to you. What you will do, please create one more. I have created one app service only. Okay, what you can do, you can create one more app service. Fine. So just go with 2 app services. Okay, and do the deployment. Fine. Let's meet in our next session. Thank you then. Bye bye. Take care.